Hello! So today's video, I'm gonna be doing some painting as I speak with you. I bought these letters from Michael's and they were plain, but I drew some cute little designs that I wanted to put on them. I thought it'd be fun if I can just paint and talk with you guys. So I'm just going to be talking about some ways that I've been preparing for the baby, some essentials that I think are important to have during pregnancy, and yeah, just some future plans, like how I'm doing the baby shower during a pandemic, which is going to be a virtual baby shower, and yeah, things like that. So stay tuned, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Alrighty, so I'm about to start painting. Some of the stuff I wanted to start talking about were things that I found really important to have while pregnant, and things that really helped me through some pain, and things that I would definitely recommend for some future mamas out there. So for the first trimester, something that really helped me was when picking prenatals to get the pill ones. I had the gummies, and in my last video, as I stated, a weird symptom I had for my first trimester was food aversions. So unfortunately for me, sweet things, flavorful things would taste like mushy fish or like black licorice for me. One of those things, for some reason, that also tasted like mushy fish were my prenatals. And it's because I chose the gummy ones. When I ran out of my gummy ones, I decided to go with the pill version of prenatals, which helped me a lot, so much. But also a reason I say that is because I didn't know this until my doctor had told me, but the gummies do not have iron, and your iron can become pretty low when you're pregnant. So that's also why it's important to kind of just like pick the pills right from the start. Yeah, I just did not know that. So I think that's something I wish I had also known early on. Another really good tip about early pregnancy is that later on in your pregnancy, you can take like warm baths. No matter how far you are, you definitely cannot take hot baths. I would always recommend talking to your doctor too. Like, these are things that my doctor has said is okay, but everybody is different, and obviously I'm not a professional, so I think no matter what, going to your doctor for any kind of advice during your pregnancy is always the safest and best bet. But these are just things that like I had no knowledge about at all until it like came up in doctor appointments. But hot baths are not good for the baby because it makes your body temperature also increase, and they want your body temperature to remain as normal as possible for the health of the baby. That's why having a fever can be dangerous for the baby, and you just don't want to increase the temperature of your body. As I say that, something that I was able to do, and again, I would definitely always ask before just doing this because of how important it is to get approval from a doctor, but I started having some Epsom salt baths. I would have those in the later second trimester stage. I was actually sick with COVID not too long ago, about a month ago, and that's when I had these Epsom salt baths, and they really felt amazing. And I ran out of Epsom salt, unfortunately, but I really want to buy some more because of how much Epsom salt baths soothed my body, and I realized how much I could appreciate those while pregnant. Like I said, always get approval from your doctor first. For me, I was able to do it in the later end of my second trimester, and again, the temperature still had to remain at a good temperature. Like, I couldn't take a hot bath, but I did take like a warm enough bath where I wasn't like cold. I was still very comfortably warm. But yeah, self-soothing during pregnancy is so important, so whatever that means to you. I've also been trying to maintain my art and painting and just like relaxing and finding ways that I am able to like calm myself down. And obviously stress is never the best thing for the baby, so whatever alleviates your stress, I definitely recommend sticking to that and just trying to find ways to be with yourself and center yourself and just like breathe throughout the experience, especially if there's outside sources being a little stressful or whatever the case may be. Especially during the 3rd trimester, I'm just starting to enter this like nesting phase where I'm like wanting to just make art whenever I can. Luckily I work at like an art studio type of place where we teach art classes, so I'll do some art there. I mostly get to do it at home, so I definitely try to balance that out and do as much as I can when I'm home, because art is important to me and it's something that relaxes me and gives me a feeling of self-worth and self-love, and it's something that just makes me feel calm and just better about things, especially when I'm stressed out. So yeah, finding whatever that is for you is super important. Something else that I found to be really important when I would go through having like body changes is let myself rest when I need the rest, but also pushing myself to go for walks, or at least just like move somehow, some way that I can. Sometimes being stagnant and just like overly resting can actually increase those pains, I've noticed. So it's important to like make sure you're staying mobile and keeping your feet and your legs moving, because all the new weight just kind of sitting is gonna affect the pain in your legs. I'm still dealing with a lot of pain in my legs, and so I've been trying to find ways to like get through that. Sometimes it is hard to walk, obviously, like when your leg is in a lot of pain, and in those moments I will allow myself to rest when I need to. But it's also important to remember to get the exercise that is needed. I honestly was not the best with that in the 1st trimester, or actually more so in the 2nd trimester. I feel like in the 1st trimester I was still working a lot, where I was on my feet and just like walking around, and if I was in pain it was like nicer outside, so I was willing to be outside and like kind of just take a little walk around the like apartment complex that I live at. But definitely like in the 2nd trimester it became a little bit more difficult. The weather was colder, my body was in a little bit more like actual pain than discomfort, so it was hard for me to like regain that desire to like go for a walk and like exercise. It's something I wish I did a little bit more. Also, when I was like sick with COVID, obviously like I couldn't really be outside, so it was like a whole month of me just kind of being indoors, which made me feel kind of bleh. Now that I'm able to like be outside and stuff, I do like sometimes just pick a store and walk around and just get myself to be outside as much as possible. But I always make sure to wear my mask and try to be as like away from people as possible. So I'll just make sure to stay in like stores that I know are usually kind of quiet and not too busy. Allow myself to have space and not get caught up in like the crowds of people. And talking about crowds of people and making sure you're safe and stuff during these hard times, something I'm doing is planning a virtual baby shower, which I'm very excited about. I obviously like I would have loved to have an in-person one, especially this is like my first child, but safety comes first. And also this gives an opportunity for family and friends who live far away to attend and be a part of it when they probably wouldn't have been able to if it was in person. But yeah, if there's any expecting moms to be who are kind of like looking for some tips or advice on how to do a virtual baby shower, what we're doing is we're having a Zoom meeting, and we're basically just like inviting friends and family and we sent out a memo with the invitation, just saying how we plan on doing a diaper raffle, and we also are doing the gift bingo game. So we do recommend sending out gifts as soon as possible. We'd appreciate it, but obviously it's not like a forced thing. Even just like attendance would be appreciated. For the diaper raffle itself, it's basically so if people send diapers in by the time the shower happens, their name gets entered into a little raffle and they have a chance to win a little gift basket that we're gonna put together for them. It's kind of like a win-win, you know? They get a really nice gift and we get diapers. And so another thing we're doing for the baby shower is that people who RSVP by a certain date, we will be able to send them a little kit that we're gonna make to kind of make them feel like they're really like there and attending. So it's gonna have the games that we plan on playing, some treats, some party hats, some cookies, just little treats and favors and stuff. And with the games that we're picking, they're all ones that can be played like on cardstock. For instance, like Who Knows Mommy Best, or like the baby bingo game, and just like little questionnaires on like cards. That way we can send them out in the little kits. I'm just super excited to plan all these different things for our little boy. We're gonna be decorating the room soon. We do live in a 1-bedroom apartment, so we're gonna have to kind of like, you know, have a small area for him in our bedroom. He would have been sleeping with us anyway in the bedroom for the first year. We're definitely looking to kind of move one day. I'm not sure exactly when, but we are saving up. There's just so much going on in the world that it's a little scary. We just want to make sure we're picking somewhere that works best for both of us and for our son. I'm just really glad that he's going to be in our lives, and I just want the best life for him. And it's so exciting to feel him and his movements all the time. I love feeling his little kicks. He can be a little aggressive sometimes in my ribcage, but you know, I wouldn't want it any other way because I know he's safe and he's okay when he does that. But back to some things that I do recommend when pregnant. Definitely getting yourself a pregnancy pillow, because I didn't think I would need one. I thought just like a regular body pillow would be fine, and then turned out a pregnancy pillow is more than just a way of a company making money, because that thing is magical. I'm definitely going to be using it even after the baby is here, but it is a lifesaver when it comes to getting a night of at least some sleep. I won't say that I'm still getting a whole night's sleep, but I get so much more sleep with that. The way that you're able to just kind of conform the pillow to however you need it for your body in that moment is just incredible, and it's so necessary. It really helps with hip pain, it helps with my leg pain, my back pain, and just like having something where I can put my belly to rest on while I'm on my side, because you cannot sleep on your back or your stomach, obviously, when you're pregnant. So having a pillow that like really gives me the comfort that I need, while also like it kind of prevents you from even turning on your back because of the way you're angled, so you can't even like really flip to your back. So it actually is just a whole round just like amazing, and I love it. And talking about comfort while pregnant, I really recommend just buying at least like 2 or 3 pairs of pregnancy pants, whether it be leggings, jeans. So necessary, because I thought that I would be able to continuously just wear size large leggings or wearing bigger size jeans or whatever the case may be, just sweatpants. But obviously you're gonna want to wear pants sometimes when you're going out that aren't sweatpants, that aren't leggings. Pregnancy pants are really just like your only bet at that point, and they're just so much more comfortable even than just like getting the little thing that your regular pants can like separate. I love the pants that have the full, like, goes over the whole entire belly. I have a pair of pants that are like more like a band and you can still button them, and those are just not, like, they were okay for like beginning of second trimester, but like midway second trimester to now, I can wear them if I'm like just standing and doing something, but as soon as I go to sit down or if I'm like trying to drive, just done up. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not comfortable. Do not recommend. Just buy yourself a nice comfortable pair of pants, 1 or 2 jeans, and then like some leggings. I have been able to just maintain like a large, but I'm starting to kind of want to get maternity leggings, but I don't know if there's any point now because I'm like already in my 3rd trimester, so it's just a little difficult to find comfort in leggings right now, and I don't want to always wear jeans either, and I can't wear like just sweatpants or pajama pants if I'm trying to go out, and I feel like leggings are a good compromise for comfort and style sometimes. Something I'm looking really forward to that I'm going to be doing soon is building his little crib. I might make a video as I'm doing that when I set up his little area. It's nothing super exciting. It's not like I'm gonna have like a whole nursery for him. Like, I know a lot of videos are more like nursery, but I feel like it can be a little bit too like helpful to show the fact that not everybody can have that. I'm just like excited to just make that area for him, even though it's not something that's gonna be big or like very flashy. It's gonna be a very tiny but loving and cute area that I can't wait to decorate for him. These little letters that I'm painting right now are gonna be in my bedroom on the wall, definitely not right above the crib though. That's also another thing like I didn't know about, because you watch these videos of like people having these beautiful like nurseries, but there's so many precautions and like scary concepts out there you just don't even think of. And then I like watch these videos, or like I'll see people talking about it and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even think about that, and it's a little scary. But yeah, like you can't have like things hanging over the crib because God forbid one day that item gets loose and falls. Like, I don't even want to think about that. There's just so many little precautions that I never really thought about until I really had to, which is now. So it's like a little overwhelming and scary, but obviously I'm glad to know them now before he's here. My boyfriend and I took a little virtual class, and so we learned a lot of really good tips and stuff like that. That's another thing I recommend, is like finding a free class. The class we took was online and it was free. I saw an ad for it. They offer more like exclusive classes as well that you can pay for, but they have like this basic education of how to take care of your infant, like feeding tips, proper ways to bathe the baby, proper ways to clothe them, and just so many more awesome tips. I think it was like the Baby Academy. And then also usually whatever OB office that you're gonna be at, they offer some classes. My hospital offers like a free tour of where I'll be staying, like the whole unit. I thought that was really cool. I'm definitely gonna take advantage of that. They just gave me a little packet on how to register for those, to see what's like offered as well through insurance if you have it, and if not, there are some free classes online. Just definitely look at all resources and take advantage of whatever you can. Another thing that I recommend is, if you're able to, if you get the chance to ask your doctor if it's okay if you record a little snippet of the baby's heartbeat. I did luckily get to record a pretty good snippet, like 15 seconds of the heartbeat. Usually when I go in, they just kind of listen for a couple seconds, make sure everything's okay, and that's it. When I did have COVID, they monitored the baby's heartbeat for 20 minutes. And while that was happening, I asked if it was okay if I could record a little snippet because I wasn't able to be with my boyfriend and I wanted him to hear the baby's heartbeat. I also got to take a picture of like the printed out version of like his heartbeat, and I really want to get that like tattooed after the pregnancy, of course. And I'm really glad that I've been pushing myself to take bump pictures even when I'm not feeling, you know, the best about how I'm looking or the body changes or whatever. Like, I just try to see the fact that I'm gonna want to remember those times when he was in there. You know, there's times where I was doing something that was really fun and exciting and I wouldn't think to take a picture, but someone else would capture it, and I would be so grateful and thankful later that they did that, because now I have that memory, like he was in my belly when I did that, and so I'll always remember that he was with me in that moment. And when he gets older, I could show him those pictures and be like, you were in my belly when I did this. And I think my biggest tip though for pregnancy is to always keep your boundaries up, no matter who the person is that's trying to break that boundary, whether it be a partner, whether it be a parent, whether that be someone you consider a best friend. You need to do what you feel is right for you. If people are constantly breaking those boundaries, it needs to be addressed, and I think it's so important for people to respect the fact that in those moments when you're carrying your child, you need as little amount of stress as possible, and that if something is off or if you're feeling uncomfortable about something, whether it be people touching your belly, whether it be people making comments about your belly, even if they think it's a compliment, if something makes you uncomfortable or you just don't want that to be happening, setting that ground rule and making sure no one, no matter who they are, breaks that boundary is super important. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna do a little pan of the finished product. I'm not finished right in this moment, but I'm gonna finish once I turn the camera off, and then I'm going to show you guys the finished product. Thank you for going along with this whole video for me. I know it was a little chaotic. I honestly just wanted it to be very relaxed, where I'm just talking with you guys while I paint, so I didn't really write out a script or have anything like bulleted down or anything. I just wanted to speak from the heart and just reminisce on what I've done so far, what has made me happy and relaxed, and things I recommend and things I'm looking forward to. So yeah, thank you again. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and here are the finished letters.